Hi everyone, Henry Burgess here. This is my journey of launching a software product to the world. In just over 24 hours, I release it to a waiting list of just under 200 businesses. So I'm starting this YouTube and I'm starting recording this because I'm going to be showing you the journey as I take the software from zero all the way to launch, and then follow the journey throughout that through all the highs and lows. And I'm going to provide that transparency around what actually goes into building a software business, what I learn, what I would recommend to people watching. So what exactly am I launching? So I'm launching a Squarespace SEO plugin. As you can see here, it's essentially going to be the Yoast for Squarespace, and I'm opening it to the waiting list only on the 23rd. It's currently the 22nd, so it's going to launch at 8 AM CET, so 26 hours time it's going to launch. And what it's actually comprised of, so there's a dashboard which is going to allow Squarespace website owners and agencies to track and measure the performance and progress of their SEO work. Then there's a plugin itself, which is a Chrome plugin, and as you can see here, it's essentially a dynamic checklist that has the same processes that I use at my agency, Reporter Media, where we guarantee page on rankings. So it's got the exact same processes in and functions similar to Yoast, where it gives you a dynamic checklist as well as recommendations to change in order to optimize your site and get page on rankings. We also have a community as well. It's essentially where we're going to do all of our support, so people can give feedback, ask for help, as well as see all the resources that they need to get started. I've also added an SEO 101 course, which, as you can see here, it's an introduction to SEO. So it's quite a big thing, I guess, that we've done for launch. It's bigger, maybe MVP, than a lot of people would do, but I have worked on numerous Squarespace sites to do the SEO. I have a Squarespace site as my personal blog, so I am my own customer. I feel like I've got a really good understanding of the pains and struggles of Squarespace users through my own experience, and I've packaged that all up, as well as completing over 60 user interviews at this point, into a software that I'm launching in just over 24 hours. It hasn't been without any problems. I'll add the clip in here, but essentially last night there was a problem with the dashboard, and in fact essentially I had to jump on a call with the development team because the dashboard completely crashed, and I mean completely crashed. It all just stopped working. The community broke, the dashboard broke, and essentially on my main account I couldn't do anything. We're still working out exactly what it was. It is isolated to one account, but still, is it even a launch if you don't have those issues? So in terms of actually what we're doing to launch, essentially before I built any software, before I built any of this, any of what you see here, I created a landing page. So I created a landing page, and I would recommend anyone looking to build a software product, before you build it, before you spend money, build a landing page and get some validation, bring together something really cheap and just put it out there in order to see whether there's interest. What I did was I built a landing page on my agency website, and then essentially I put it across Facebook groups and saw what the traction was. I got 40 to 50 people sign up straight away, and then through someone that I know in the space that has a big email list, he shared it, and then I got an extra 150 people on the waiting list, and that was before I spent any penny on development. So I would recommend that you do that work and do that validation, because you need to know that there's demand for whatever you're building, and a waiting list is the best way. Well, not the best way, ideally they put in the credit card info. So at least once a day I'll always take the time to completely block out my schedule, get some headphones on and just do some deep work. And this is exactly what I was doing here before taking the time to head to the gym.
Henry, how are you feeling?
Have you guys ever had it where you have like a cloudy, your head's just clouds?
Like today?
Yeah, like today. I feel like really foggy. That's where I'm at the moment.
And do you think it's because it's, high adrenaline running through
Stress.
the system? Did you manage to finish?
Stress, lack of sleep.
Damn. What time did you sleep and wake up?
Sleep, I think I was 11:45 and I woke up at 5:15.
Damn. So where are we at on the timeline right now?
We're less than 24 hours from launch. I've got a team meeting just to confirm the final development changes that are needed, and then we're should be ready to go.
What are we gonna do right now?
Fed's behind me
Hit
driving.
leggies.
Leg day. Let's go. How was the call?
Good. The team's going well. The developer's working hard. He's going to be doing some testing today, and as soon as I get back from the gym, I'm going to be doing some testing and getting the final finishing touches ready. Like looking at the variables to like what could go wrong, and then testing those things that could go wrong in like an international environment. So, for example, we're going to test someone doing an international payment, so payment gateways for Stripe, and we're going to get someone probably in America we want to do to make a payment so we can track that the payment goes through the same as if it does in Europe, because like 80% of our customers will be in the US, so we're just going to do those final checks. Hi guys, so I'm back from the gym. One thing that I would always recommend, no matter what you're doing in your life, whether you're launching a software, whether you're working your 9 to 5, whether you're running a business, no matter how stressful it gets, always take that time to focus on yourself and clear your head, because I find that, taking that hour, 2 hours out of my day in order to go to the gym makes all of the other hours much more productive. So don't be a busy fool and think I can't go to the gym and don't have the time. Take the time, because the benefits you get from going will massively help the other areas of your work. In terms of the actual stuff that we're doing, so you can see here we've got the launch email. So I'm just testing this at the moment, testing the promotional videos, testing everything, and then testing the links as well, so that when we get to launch, everything comes through okay. And all in all though, it's going fairly okay. I'm going to check in with the development team again just to make sure that everything is lining up, but I'm feeling really confident about it. My plan is, so I mentioned earlier in the video, 184 businesses on the waiting list, and my plan is to have 30 convert and start paying. So it's a 14-day free trial, so I'm going to find out 2 Wednesdays after, so 2 weeks tomorrow, how many people are going to convert from the trial to the paid plans. Hi everyone, so we are now 16 hours until launch, and the bugs are starting to flow through. We're doing paid tests with a few people from the US, and essentially, like, these are the things that this highlights one of the reasons why I want to create this YouTube channel and document the journey, because there are so many things that happen when you're building and launching a software business that you just wouldn't know until you actually come to it. For example, our payment gateway Stripe, when people pay, how does my accountant know where they're based, whether we charge VAT, where the invoice is, all that sort of stuff? These are things you just don't think about until you come to actually launching, and you've got to think of the logistics. In terms of what that actually means, it's just slowly iterating through, speaking to my development team, checking through Stripe. The Stripe platform is really good in itself, but it's like, how do you know how it will treat the different customers? And even now we're getting different data that pulls through for each customer. So it's a lot of work at the moment to figure out and get everything lined up so that when we launch, and hopefully we get the 30 paid people, but maybe even more signing up. How do we know everything's set up? So that's the process at the moment. Okay, so now we've cleared that up. Essentially what was happening was, because even though I think I've got 2 clients at the moment set up paying by dollars on Stripe, and the rest of another platform I use, the automation was picking up the dollars from Stripe and then trying to pull it into Zero, but we don't have multi-currency set up on Zero, so that means we have to set up multi-currency and then redo the test again. Most importantly, we are getting the payments come through, so essentially we've got someone to sign up, and then we just change their 14-day trial to pay instantly, and you can see here that the payment's coming through. So that has made me much happier, because even though it's not going to be a couple of weeks until payments come through. Obviously, the last thing you want to do is launch a product and then can't get paid for it. So that's a positive.
Henry, what is the vibe right now?
Vibes are good. We've just finished testing. I've just done a full paid run through. So the vibes are good, feeling good for tomorrow. Someone asked me today about getting nervous for things. And I always used to think about this for exams. Like, I feel as if nerves is a sign of being underprepared. And in my opinion, one of the only things you can control is being prepared and putting in the work. And I've been putting in the work every single day for months to build up to this point. So I'm not necessarily nervous. If anything goes wrong, it's something that we couldn't have controlled at this point because we've done absolutely everything we can. So I'm feeling good, I'm feeling confident, and I'm ready for launch.
I wanted to ask you, like, it was a big day today for you, just final day, getting ready. And obviously you went to the gym, you still did your normal thing. Now, what advice would you give to someone going through, a big launch or just going through a big event? What advice would you give to the people watching?
I would say, I mentioned it earlier, but like, stick to your normal routine. Make sure you're still going to the gym and taking care of yourself, because if you lose your connection to yourself and like your routine, everything else falls apart. I would then also say preparation, as we just said, but then also surround yourself with a really talented team. Like, I'm the first person to say that there are a lot of areas that I'm weak at. There's a lot of areas where I fall short, and that's why I do my best to surround myself with a team that is better than me, so that I am raised up and I'm pushed to push more, and I'm surrounded by people that do the same. So those are probably the three key things.
And then final thing is, what's the secret to waking up at 5 a.m? Because you've been so consistent, bro, and I admire it. So
the secret to waking up at 5 a.m. is just how bad you want it. How bad you want it. I've got this inherent belief in the direction I'm going, on my destination, and I've got like a desire that just won't burn out of the fact that I'm going to get there no matter what it takes. So just desire to provide value, build, grow, and learn. Hi guys, it is 7 a.m. so we are just under 1 hour till launch day. I've been doing the final checks. I've been doing the final checks on the page. Everything is lining up extremely well, so I'm feeling good for it. Gonna have a nice breakfast to get me fueled, ready to be checking everything and making sure everything's aligned, but feeling really good, so let's get it. So it's 7:59, so we're just close to launch. We are in the final seconds, and essentially all I'm going to do is press send, and then we'll be able to track it all through Google Analytics, on Clarity as well, to see how people are using the software, and then on Zapier to see how all the automations are going. So we are almost there. Good, exciting times.
Does it work, bro?
8 o'clock, let's go.
We're here.
Send.
Send. Boom. Boom.
Send now.
The end of the picture. I will send